Fresh from the Queen City of the South, I am James, and over in the culinary capital of the Philippines, Pampanga, is my partner, fellow CDN sports writer, formerly CDN sports writer, and of course, sports writer by heart, Raboni Borbon. Maayong adlaw ug sa mga suking tigpaminaw nato.
Ohoy, ohoy, ohoy,
Oho,
ohoy,
oho, ohoy. Grabe.
ohoy, 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 ohoy.
Hoy. Kumusta man kadiya?
Ay, oy, balik. Balik na kita NBA sa wakas, no?
Pagkabuan.
Murag, kahinam-hinam ng kitag maayo na.
Pagkabuan.
O nagbalik na butangguan. After patkabuan, duwa nagbalik ang
Grabe.
Phoenix Suns after 4 months nga.
Minghoy
Built
pero
up.
at least worth the wait.
Oh, yun.
Oh,
Daog pa yun, no?
siyempre. Ay po guilty.
Daog pa yun.
Padupang ako
Ilubong
sa
pa
lahi.
yun.
Oo. Alright. And
29. Pike.
29 puntos. 29. Ang labaw. Ang labaw. Oo. Ayun. Start for the Phoenix Suns. And speaking of opening night, Rob, nakita mo yun nato no, recently lang ang games, a pair of games nga pwede ka kulbahinang. One of which is ended in overtime and one of which is more like a final series game. So we will talk about these games. Of course, we will also have some side bits, our shout outs and the usual mailbag. But without further ado, let's start with the opening night game between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Los Angeles Clippers. Rob, daghan gid og shall we say we can say nga
Oh, okay. Kuan mo gito.
the basketball world already erupting on this matchup. Without a doubt, makita gyud nato nga it could be a glimpse, Rob, no? Nga it could be a glimpse of a playoff series between the Lakers and the Clippers.
Yeah, kay pila ba po to ka since na-release ang schedule. Yung once na-release to, mura grabe kayo ang kuan sa social media na. Grabe na kayo mga kining mga ilang mga arguments kinsa sige mo daog aning Battle of LA, no? So isa ako na excited mo gotong duwa oy kay Clippers ya new look Clippers, you know, Kawhi Leonard do. Some of ng Lakers new pa new look lang ang new look. Lahi nilang lineup, diba? So exciting gid po siya, no?
And many even said analysts, fans themselves said that Clippers have the edge, and I think they have proven their shall we say statement. Nasalay gi-post sa ilahang Jobatron since ang Clippers may home court karon, which is unusual for the Lakers on opening night. But yeah, the Clippers arena said that it's grit over glam. Sarap siya low blow bitaw sa Lakers. Dili sila padala sa hype, is more on the hard work. Yeah.
Oh, bitaw.
They've lived.
Bitaw.
Yeah.
And to think ato home court to sa Clippers, pero yung gagawin kayo nga Clippers fans na wag siguro
Okay.
50-50 pa gid siya. 50% Clippers, 50%
Yeah, of course, they're sharing
Lakers.
the same home court in the Staples Center. Yeah, and adunahan gid ang Los Angeles fan base ani liman ka. 41 games at home ang Clippers, 41 games sa Lakers. So all around 82 games at home for the Clippers and the Lakers. So it will be a fun season all season long. But yeah, going back to the game, 112 to 102.
What a time to be a Clippers bandwagon fan.
Sila na bahala niya. Bahala sila. If they call themselves bandwagon, bahala sila. It's a free country. And lagi na. Going back sa Clippers, no? Lakers game, 112 to 102. This game we see the sheer dominance of the Clippers. I think they've lived with their expectations. So ilang, so we say hype, na hype no. Even the general managers of the NBA voted as the Clippers as the top contender for the NBA Finals for the next playoffs that is in 2020. And yeah, kita na to no. We've seen their grit and grind, hustle and depth. I think mo na keys to the game sa ilahang daog kontra sa Lakers. And coming from a Laker fan myself, without bias, no, honestly, the Clippers have shown their live up to their expectations and hype.
And that is exactly the reason why those NBA executives voted for them
Yeah.
as, you know, nga kanang most likely mo win sa championships. Kasi sila kabalo man sila nga they know what it takes to be successful in
Yep.
this league. And karon nga mura og naa na karon tay Clippers team. Actually mo na siya kanang dream team
Yeah.
sa usa ka NBA general manager, NBA owners nga naagig mo team nga dili lang kay ingon nga talented in scoring, no, na mga talented sa of offense, but also kining aspects of game nga di gid mo matudlo, which is ang kining mga hustle, kining kining
Aggressiveness, toughness, yeah.
tough mentality, aggressiveness, ano ba, no? Og kanang defense gyud kay
Yeah, especially.
ang Clippers nakaibaw ta, di ba? Na silang Patrick Beverley, silang Montrezl Harrell, no? And those guys of mga kit-kit biya na sila gyud. Di ba na sila mga kuan lang mga umayon ka ng mga magkigbaylo gyud og mga naong ba, ano mga types of mga
Yeah.
players. And which is fit gibugayo sa system ni Doc Rivers, which is defensive minded, defense first.
Yeah, especially when talking about sheer aggressiveness and hustle, Rob, nakita gid no, at the tail of the tape, one of the main highlights of the game gid no nga, the bench depth. I mean, the Clippers bench dominated the Lakers reserves 60-19, led by Lou Williams with 21 points, 7 assists and 5 rebounds.
Yeah.
I can see how the question is, Rob, how do you see them moving forward, and as they go along the season, how do they thrive together?
Well, klaro man nato murag sa first game pa lang, no, what karon we already learned nga more minutes gyud yapon for kining silang Lou Williams o kanang ni Lou Williams
Yeah.
particularly, no, even though wala siya sa starting lineup. We know nga down the stretch siya gyud ang mo kining ibabad og maayo ni Doc Rivers for the whole season. Now nakabalo man ta nga dili man sila moy na starting 5 gani
Yeah.
gahapon, no, o tong Wednesday dili sila moy starting 5. So maybe the reason yun nga mo itong dako gid lang bench points kay tungod gid sa performance nilang Lou Williams, nilang Harrell, nilang Maurice Harkless, no. Lou Williams scored 21 points and 5 rebounds, 7 assists in that game. And grabe yun, grabe yung performance ato if nakakita kung sayang mga yung performance murag halos tanang baton niya sa bula ma-shot yun, di ba? Which is the classic Lou Williams. Kaya kabalo magita nga mo gid na ang iyahang duwa gyud ni Lou Williams.
Yeah.
Delikado gid siya. Murag gid siya kining Mr. Buckets yun.
Kanang
Williams.
pamugas ba? Grabe, as in of course you have to live up to your name nga ikaw goy kuan good multiple time 6th man of the year. So yeah, you're living up to your expectations and also expectations from others. And speaking of bench also, Rob, you've got to give credit to Montrezl Harrell with 17 points and 7 rebounds, and he had a tough job, but he completed his task in defending Anthony Davis and LeBron James. I mean, he was hustling all game long, alongside with Pat Beverly.
Yeah, Pat Beverly actually
10
grabbed 10 rebounds last Wednesday, and 10 rebounds assists. Although we although makita ang kita ni Permi, no, we
Yeah,
usually see this
for Bev,
happen
yeah.
with Patrick Beverly. But still, no, bisag sige nga tag makita niya mo buhat og may ngani, pero murag gyapon tag ma-amaze gyapon ba nga na
Yeah,
mga pa ba.
of course. And also, Mo Harkless has 10 points. Jamichael Green had 12. Yeah, and along with Pat Beverly, who also had 6 assists, and hyped the entire Clippers arena. Lahat sa home court, Clippers arena, a Staples Center, and even got into the nerves of the Lakers.
Mm.
And yeah, actually, it paid off because Anthony Davis and LeBron James struggled, uh, at least in the crunch time. I mean, look at Anthony Davis, 8 for 21 shooting, that's 38%, despite the 25 points and 9 rebounds and 5 assists. While LeBron James was 7 out of 19, despite the 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists total for him. And you see, you've really got to give credit on their team defense alongside with Pat Beverly, who's all NBA defense player.
Yeah, like you said, no, and Anthony Davis scored 25 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, but he was shooting the ball
Yeah.
badly with just 38% the field goal percentage. So murag kuan kanang yeah, naka 25 points siya, naka 9 rebounds siya, 5 assists. But it's
Enough.
not enough for them to win. Tungod kay ang iyang duwa bati yun, di yun siya ingon nga the
Yeah.
Anthony Davis nga we saw. But it's okay, it's still one game, no? It's still one game. We know the capability of this Anthony Davis guy, and we know that he's definitely gonna improve. He's gonna bounce back in this next game. So is with LeBron, but ang akong ikabiliban yun kayo gahapon yun nga mura og kining ni perform yun para nilag mayo
Danny
kay si
Green, no?
Danny Green yun.
Yeah, he actually set the record for a Lakers debut, beating Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Danny Green had 28 points and Jabbar had 27, the all-time great. And it was, yeah, he was 7 out of 9 from 3-point land. Imagine that. Yeah, although they come up short, Danny Green stepped up despite the struggles of the Lakers team.
Yeah, and yeah, and we even mentioned this before in our team preview specials that Danny Green is definitely gonna bring some
Yeah.
wonders for
Exactly.
this Lakers team karon, no. Yeah, considering his pedigree, his iyang kining track record nga NBA
Two-time.
champion, two-time NBA champion, no. Actually katong yang magipakita gapon, we saw that before when he was in Toronto.
Even with the Spurs.
And
Yeah.
mo to like I said sa una, ganahan jud kay kuan ng move nga na si Danny Green sa Lakers kay makatabang kay na siya kumayo, especially karon sa kining bag-o nga style sa NBA, which is 3-point
Defense.
shooting, and he's not just a
He's an
3-point
all-time
shooter,
defender.
no. He's
Yeah.
also a great defensive player.
All NBA second team before. But yeah, moving on with his now former teammate. Of course, we cannot forget Kawhi Leonard, Rob. He had 30 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Yeah. Grabe.
He put up a game. He played on.
Kawhi Kawhi Leonard was all over the
Yeah.
place last Wednesday, you know. He was hijacking most of the offense
Yeah.
of the Clippers, and
Set up the tempo.
yeah, wow, like I said, believe you guys ni Kawhi at nga time dito niyo ko nakita nga grabe, this is why this guy is an NBA champion tungod gid niya niyang performance karon.
Without a doubt, he's an NBA MVP caliber, and this is the first time that for Kawhi nga naka-decide ko na this, I'm choosing this team, because previously he was just traded to Toronto, and before that he was drafted by the Spurs. So this is the first time nga he's stepping up, he's living to his own decisions. I'm choosing LA for this, living up to the hype and all. And yeah, he took control of the Clippers game. had this low post game, cuts and fadeaways, including one against LeBron in the second quarter. Murag nakinundom ko sa series winning shot.
Yeah, I
against
think
the Sixers.
isa
ano
to or
ba?
duha.
Sakto. Yeah, it reminds me of the winning shot against Embiid. Joel Embiid in these playoffs. But yeah, I think they can mesh well.
But again, let's still give credit to the Lakers for playing hard, no. Nga wa gid sila mo surrender
Yeah, of
until
course.
the end, especially to Danny Green nga
Danny
miinit gyud maayo murag almost murag hapit na gyud niya gi-take ang matters into his own hands, but still no, but still let's still give credit to the Lakers team because although but they did well para nako no overall, but nakuha lang gid sila kining
Overpowered.
na overpowered na outplayed, out hustle kining
I think
na kung sa Bisaya ba kanina kining na balibuan ba. Balibuan yung Lakers.
Starstruck.
Mm.
And actually the Lakers did not play Rajon Rondo. I think the Lakers need a point guard aside from LeBron. Yeah, I think para nako no, I think LeBron I'm just not sure, but LeBron showed signs of slowing down. He had easy opportunities but missed. And
Yeah,
he got double
I
teamed, or
I agree.
he even turned the ball over.
Yeah, I agree.
Turnovers. five of them.
Five
yeah.
times.
Yeah, and 5 times good. And namgoy tendency si LeBron nga na stagnant ang ball movement, of course with the isolation plays. And that would make the defense have a better position against them. And tig-upat ang bantay nila sa paint.
Tinood.
And he would kick out, yeah. And I think need siya relibo, at least a backup point guard aside from
himself.
of course, Avery Bradley. Yeah. So guys, since we don't want to have dead air, what do you think of our in-depth analysis for the Lakers and Clippers? So comment down. Check us on Facebook at Jump Shot Podcast. So, and after the break, we will discuss more of NBA. So stay locked in, stay tuned.
What's up? James here. If you love this episode of the Jump Shot Podcast, the follow button is just within reach, but only if you're ready to listen to more of our self-produced content. And please do give us a 5-star rating on facebook.com/jumpshotpodcast. Cheers!
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Jump Shot Podcast, and you are still with me as always, Raboni Bourbon, and my partner, former Cebu Daily News sports writer James Avillon. And welcome to episode saan na to? Episode by 06, right?
Agoy, remote demo.
Episode 06.
Yes.
Yes, welcome to episode 06 of the Jump Shot Podcast. And a while ago, we talked about what we have learned so far from the Los Angeles Lakers and Los Angeles Clippers moving forward based on how they performed in opening night. And we will continue with the other game because it was a double header, diba?
Yeah, double header.
Duha ang kining Clippers, Lakers o kining
Toronto Raptors.
Pelicans o Raptors, no. So now we're gonna be talking about this team, the Raptors and the Pelicans, no. Well, Drew Holiday was causing a lot of problems for the Raptors yesterday after their rings ceremony, no. But still, like the champions that we know them, the Raptors still found a way to win in overtime. They showed their resilience. They showed to us why they were champions, di ba? Lagyong ipakita kung unsa gid sila ka dominante even without Kawhi Leonard. What's your thoughts on this, James?
Yeah, I think they've shown their experience, no? I think this was a game of experience and raw talent. I mean, the Toronto Raptors showed to the Pelicans what they're made of, that they are the NBA champions, the defending NBA champions, despite the departure of Kawhi Leonard, Danny Green, and all the key members sa ilahang championship team this year, no? And speaking of it, in case you missed it, the Toronto Raptors won in overtime. That's 130 to 122. And yeah, I think Fred VanVleet had a monster game, a career high 34 points and added 7 assists and 5 rebounds. Also, Pascal Siakam had 34 points and 18 rebounds. Kyle Lowry had 22 and Serge Ibaka had 13. Meanwhile, on the other hand, the Pelicans had Brandon Ingram. So, silang Pascal Siakam and Brandon Ingram ang puli-puli yung points. Ingram had 22. Josh Hart had 15. And Lonzo Ball had 8, 5 and 5. JJ Redick had 16. And two-way player Drew Holiday had 13 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds. So, going back to you, Rob, any thoughts on the game? And this was the championship ceremony, the ring ceremony for the Raptors.
Yeah, it was a very I actually saw the ring ceremony, no. Mata jud sayo to. tanaw lang makalingaw sabi ng tanaw dag mo yan, di ba, kanang mga tanaw kag mga success sa ubang teams, no. Even though dili lang imuhang team, but at least marapag malipay ra pud para sa sila bang
Learn to appreciate
championship sila, di ba? And you can see also the joy sa faces sa mga players, nga ba? Ang unsa sila ka kuan gigawat-huwat islang tawag maayo para makadawat sila ang championship ring. But hapit gid mas spoil sa New Orleans Pelicans kaya Wednesday, no? Saga ko na kurbahan wa tong dula, no? Right? Yeah, but again, like I said, we saw this before. We saw the Raptors in those kinds of situations before, especially in the finals and in the playoffs. Bisa pag against all adversaries, against all mga problems nila. Pascal Siakam was fouled out in the fourth quarter. Still the guys, those guys, Fred VanVleet, Kyle Lowry, Serge Ibaka still showed some resilience. They still managed to find a way to win the game, and that is, like I said kanina, mo na yung rason yun atog yung last season kung anong nakuha yung sila.
I think they're more hyped up. And speaking of resilience, Rob, we're talking of Fred VanVleet. I mean, 34 points, a career high, and he had this clutch triple in overtime. I mean, the outstanding ball handling he has, the pick and roll, the simple finishes. You know him, you see his play. He's not really flashy, but he uses his speed. He's not more of he doesn't over dribble, but it's simple, but you've got to give credit to his gameplay. I mean, the improvement along.
And actually before that nga tong sa overtime na kuan gid siya, murag na mi-sit down siya kadjot kay na injured siya sa I think gamay ra tong injury somewhere sa yang maybe sa yang ankle, no. But still nakita na to kung unsa gid siya ka maayo despite nga sa pain nga yan na kuha na to, no. But maybe nawa na pud nga pain siguro, but maybe the reason why he stepped up, he came back in the game and wreak havoc in that game. But
yara siguro tong higtan ay yung sapatos pahuot yung mayo. Then and moving along, flash forward to overtime. there was this play, Rob, 1 minute and 30 plus remaining in overtime. Gasol had the ball in the middle, the three point area dapit. He was waiting for Van Vliet to switch Lowry's defender in the left corner. So screen na niya, then he rolls si Van Vliet. Lowry received the ball from Gasol through a handoff, which turns to be an automatic pick and roll, pick and pop. Then Lowry drove middle but saw Gasol popping out sa elbow 3 on the left side. Then he helped ang kauban, ang mga kontra. And they saw, Gasol really saw Van Vliet open. And Derek Favors of the Pelicans was nowhere. Was on no man's land. And Van Vliet just sank the 3. High arcing 3. Splashing the game. 127 to 122. It was a fun game. A fun sequence. And you can see the basketball IQ of the Raptors. I mean, you've got to give credit of their ball movement, Rob.
Yeah, actually they just really picked up from where they left off in the finals. Minus lang lang ni Kawhi Leonard, but still they're still the same team that nga atong nakita pag finals. Ang ilahang actually familiar yung kayo sila moduwa.
Familiar.
Every play nila, every run nila sa offense, actually mo picture gid sa kuha tong ilahang amazing run pag finals, no. Although ang wa na gid adto nga picture kasi Kawhi
na lang
but still makakuan si Kawhi ang like kulang ba pero makakuan gyud mo kanila nga kuya ang kaning nga team. This is still the defending champion Raptors team nga ning ihaw sa mga powerhouse ng mga teams sa East nga last season.
Okay. Puno jugos kanse watong Samuel. Adang Ako kaya pa eh.
I-kick. Yun daw siya nga. Kuhan, i-kick na pagkuhan sa group ni James.
Ganun to siya kay. Sigado kayo tao. Hagba na sa ng Warriors. Gaatong chance, Samuel sabi ron. But yeah. Speaking, the ball movement of going back sa ilang ball movement to and their sheer experience. Nga sila, they have their pick and roll. Which diha kuwang ang Pelicans, Rob. Diha sila nahuyang sa na pick and roll defense, and there were clutch shots from Gasol, Lowry, and Van Vliet as well. And they collapsed in crunch time. I mean, talking about the Pelicans, they were swerved with broken plays, contested shots, and I even saw Ingram shooting. There was in the fourth period na 8 people sa painted shaded area. Ingram shot a bad shot. Daghang kay to, no? And even Josh Hart shot a contested 3 which missed. So I think they have to work their way around. Partida unta kay napal out si Siakam, and yeah, I think you've got to also still give credit sa ilahang sheer play, sa ilahang potential moving along this season.
Yeah, and in that game also, no, we also did not see action from the number 1 pick, Mr. Zion Williamson, no, and maybe that could have played a factor if naa siya dito, no, basin we don't know the results. The results might be different pag naa siya dito, no, with the team. But then again, I just want to take note to shed some light on this Lonzo Ball, who only played 24 minutes, 4 minutes behind Josh Hart. Josh Hart played more minutes than him in the game, and yeah, he Lonzo Ball, although it was only 24 minutes, he contributed 8 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and some pretty good defensive plays. But karon with this kind of situation karon sa Pelicans nga on crunch time, mas ila pang gitagaan og more playing time si Josh Hart and this Frank Jackson guy over Lonzo Ball. How do you see this team going forward? Are they gonna do this often, or maybe more playing time for Lonzo Ball for you.
Yeah, I think Lonzo Ball has kept up with the pace in the defensive side and also on the offense. I mean, we saw the game, Rob. He controlled the pace for the Pelicans. Nanaya signature nga quick release pass like rebound niya for the fast break. Ilapos niya dito sa pikas para sa kauban, and it scrambled the Raptors defense, and you can see somehow Lonzo Ball and the other new Pelicans have formed a chemistry starting pa lang sa preseason with Zion Williamson. I mean, they are young as they are. I believe that they can mesh. I believe that they can mesh moving along the season, and some even believe that they can reach the playoffs, which is not impossible in this lineup. I mean, they have outside shooters like JJ Redick. They also have Josh Hart, who could provide quality minutes, and of course we cannot forget Drew Holiday, a certified two-way player. I mean, he gave, as what you've mentioned, he gave the Raptors also problems in scrambling down the defense and even the offense.
Yeah, murag kwan ba, murag kining lahi ra gid kayo ang presence sa Pelicans on the floor if na si Drew Holiday, murag kuan gid sila, murag sila ma-stabilize, ma-balance sa ilang offense if na si Drew Holiday dito.
Yeah.
And actually Nick Nurse was having some difficulties of stopping him, especially in the third quarter where he was really murag iyag yung murag spoil permi ang kwan ba, Raptors nga mo action sila grad, and then there he was, Drew Holiday shoots this this jumper out of the on the floor, and mo to siya, no? Actually, Drew Holiday is still the main guy.
The main guy.
For this Pelicans team.
Yeah.
With even though nga na sila Ingram, na sila Lonzo Ball, I think Drew Holiday is still the leader of this team. He is still the captain of this team. He's still gonna be the mentor for this team because he's the veteran guy here
I believe so.
in New Orleans.
Of course. So, sports aficionados, what do you think of our chika about the Pelicans and the Raptors? So comment down on our Facebook page or messages. But yeah, we'll be back for more stories and of course our mailbag time. Stay tuned and stay locked in.
What's up? James here. If you love this episode of the Jump Shot Podcast, the follow button is just within reach, but only if you're ready to listen to more of our self-produced content. And please do give us a 5-star rating on facebook.com/jumpshotpodcast. Cheers!
Hey, this is James, still James, and Rob is over there in Pampanga, and it's time for our mailbag edition. So, lahat tayo mga gamay shout-outs, Rob, no? And also some questions from my dear friends. So, yeah, the first one is from Steven Almagro, my colleague sa among office. He has a question that if you have a deep roster, and which would you prefer? Would you stick to the starters or choose a different rotation for your team? And that is in respect to the Raptors and Pelicans games. And he was also an NBA fan as well. So, how about you, Rob? What do you think of this one?
Well, in a coach's perspective, we all know if you have a deep roster, pre-season pa lang, imo na gyud na sila timpla-timplahan, eksperimentuhan na gyud nimo sila. Pre-season pa lang, di ba? Kay once nga moabot na ang season, dira na maka-decide ang coaching staff nga ani nga situation, ingani nga time, ingani nga point sa game, which is there are different points in the game nga makaingon ta nga dapat si Kwan ni ani, dapat silang pasudlon ani, and dapat mo pahuway si ani, di ba? And mo na si advantage gyud sa deep roster.
Yeah.
Ang kanang ingana nga mga situations, no? So para nako, if naa jud ko'y coach na ako'y deep roster, ako yung ipang utilize na, no? I actually nakita na ko na kana nga scenario nga murag naslay deep roster is kaning Phoenix Suns ganina sa ilang game against the Sacramento Kings, no? They played ganina without their two rookies in Cam Johnson, who is a small forward and a stretch 4, and they also played without Ty Jerome, their rookie point guard from Virginia, no? But still, tungod sa kadip sa roster sa Phoenix, particularly sa point guard position, no, they brought in Javon Carter, who was supposed to be playing unta as a reserve behind kining ni Ty Jerome, no, and Ricky Rubio. And dito nakita ato nga si Javon Carter may step up yun sa iyang game. He hit some pretty important shots, and diba, if ako yung coach, I won't be afraid to use any of my players nga I know nga makatabang yun. Actually mo na reason kung nganong naagi 12 to 15 man lineup unya, each player yun kay kana yung sure jud ka nga makatabang yun sa imuhang team, especially sa NBA, no? Dili pwede nang naiusa nga flower lang ana kuan lang, no? Di mo na siya Millennials Cup nga pwede mo dula ang mga team manager sama nato.
Lagi ba?
It's the NBA, for Christ's sake, so di ba? So mo na siya.
You have actually a point. I agree with you. And speaking of the rotations, no, and especially come playoff time and you are a playoff team, makita.
Uy, naputol. Okay guys, we're experiencing some technical difficulties. Oh, here na, balik na. Okay.
Ano maginisip na? Ni-record pa taon may.
Ano mang yun na. Sa may tigdumala ang signal na.
Signal? Itong chinila. Speaking of... Yeah, actually we agree with you, Rob, in terms of the rotations and the advantages of having a deep roster. And especially come playoff time and you are a playoff team competing to a more challenging round, the rotation trims down. Kagamay bitaw ang rotation sa usa ka playoff team.
Yeah.
And
tinod.
Yeah, and
actually mo na rason nga mo lagi to nga sa pre-season pa lang ma-experiment ka ani. Mo ni sila nga mga combinations sa imuhang mga situationals pre-season pa lang. Mo na rason po kung ano nga mga starters wa kay playing time sa pre-season kitungod ana. And when it comes to season the season is very long, di ba? 82 games. Dira pod mo maka-decide ana nga time pod maka-decide ang coaching staff kung kinsa na nila ang mahimong ma-appeal yun sa kanang malagi si mong giingon nga from playoff time nga mahimo lang tag 9-man rotation, 8-man rotation. Dira pod nila susihon maayo sa season kung kinsa gyud na mga tawhana.
Alright, thank you for that question, Steven. Ano si Steven Suking
thank you.
Proud. Alright, and moving on to the next question, I have one last from Kevin Dorio, my former colleague. And I think he wants us to discuss the new NBA rule, Rob, challenge rule. I mean, for the information of everybody and for those who do not know, the NBA NBA executives actually adopted a rule that coaches on each team can challenge any questionable call from a referee, uh, just like a personal foul, an out of bounds violation, and or a goaltending and a basketball interference call. So other than that, that's the priority for now. And we'll talk about this, Rob. So, una tanong mo, how do you see this play? Will this be beneficial for the entire league in the long term?
Yeah, I think it's there's nothing bad with, you know, challenging a play or something. Diba? Because like I said, the NBA, I know, I mean, like the NBA said, they are more this right now, they are more transparent, no?
Yeah.
Mas more maningkamot gid sila nga to be transparent as possible yun sa ilang mga plays, sa mga tawag sa mga referees, no? And it started before now with the instant replay, and hangtod karon nga nanagid kining giingon nga challenge yun kay.
Yeah, and actually, Nick Nurse of the Toronto Raptors, the Raptors head coach, is actually the first head coach to use this play in the regular season. I mean, there was a play in the the opening minutes of the Raptors Pelicans games nga gitawagan og offensive foul si Norman Powell against Josh Hart, and Nick Nurse swirled his fingers signaling for a replay or a challenge. Mato dito nakita na replay na nasikhan ni Norman Powell si Josh Hart, which makes the call from the referee as accurate. So I think it's a tricky, but then again, it's a challenge, of course. Then makita ang questionable, of course, duulo na tong referee and request for a challenge in the NBA. So yeah, I don't have any.
Yeah, and at least karon, no? At least karon, though it's only one challenge per team per game, at least murag na ikuan ba, murag ang mga coaches, ang mga players, murag aslay kanang at least makadawat sila og something. Murag kanang maklaro gid nga kanang murag na justice gamay sa mga calls nga tan-aw nila nga murag very questionable, very it's actually a good thing for the league.
I think so.
Yeah, I believe it's really good for them, and especially sa coaches, because we know sometimes the coaches mao gina sila ang mga pinaka passionate yung kaya ng mga calls, no?
Yeah, and that's also to avoid technical fouls, no? mga violent reactions from the bench, and especially with the coach. All right. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin, for that question. Very interesting question. So, ikaw, Rob, na kayo mga shout out diha. Mga mundo ba kung sa ba diha?
wala naman bukayo karon kay wala bukay ko, no. Although natoy question nga kakwa na limo daw ka sa asal to na ako tong kayon siguro karog makaya nako, pero natoy question nga nindot pod sa akong kuan sa Twitter ako na kuha nya ra ha ang pangitaon diri ka jud.
Okay.
Kay sayang pod kay may lang pod ba ma kuan pod si kuan pod ning ilang kaya wala gyud aw next episode na pod.
Oh ayaw yaw. Oh ay signal.
But anyways, guys, this is episode 06. Please do follow us on our official social media accounts. Especially, please subscribe also yun sa among YouTube channel o sa among and follow us on Spotify.
We are anywhere and everywhere.
Grabe paspas.
Yeah.
Grabe paspas kay ang Spotify mo upload sa atong mga podcast. Dali ra kay sila maka-review. So malipay sad mi nga na ba.
Let's go.
Paspas ra pod.
Yeah, and I want to have a shout out Rob sa among ball club, Shooting Kangaroos. We had this exhibition game, no? It was Team DC versus Team DD. The DC is David Carney, our CEO sa mong company. Team DC against the operations manager, si David Deegan. So they really played together with us. It was 70-69 building up shot. But it was fun game. It was a fun game. I also had a share. I also had namugas taon si Dodong na may kalingaw pod
Oh.
from the end.
Sudbog di mamugas.
Ayun pod. Yeah, I was on game. 22 points, 4 triples. Yeah, it was a fun game overall.
Oh, and also I would also like to shout out my friends from Dorm G, Alpha Aviation, no? Sila Kevin, silang Chen,
Alright.
silang Nico, Sir Errol, silang mga uban nga wala diri karon nga lupad-lupad o
Busy pips.
nag-deploy sa ubang places sa Luzon, no? Mayong gabi, mayong adlaw ninyo dira og sa also shout out also to my girlfriend Zandra and sa akong mga igsuon, sa akong mga igagaw, sa mga amigo nako dira sa Orqueta City ug sa Cebu City, mga nabili ng tao nako nga mga kuan. Imingaw na ko ninyo sa pagwa mo mangutana.
Mingaw, ay lang padag kwarta. Ay padag suwat. Kwarta lang padala. Ito may sabi ko ande ulay kisaw dia. Plan ni mo balik na si body.
Dugay-dugay boy ko makabalik og Cebu.
Ana lang.
Busy yung Andre.
Okay.
Yung mga kuandre ga.
Okay, ana
Ano
lang.
ako masulti.
And shout out also sa kuang commander si Cherry. My girlfriend Maria Cherry Anyana. Busy pips ko to. But yeah. Alright. And I guess we'll call it a wrap, Rob. So we thank you mga suking tigpaminaw for listening to episode 06 and hope you'll tune into us to our upcoming episodes. And then again, this is James. And over in Pampanga is Rob. Follow us, please, on our social media accounts at JNF Savilion. And Rob, where can we find you again?
At Rob Bourbon.
Alright. And thank you once again and have a good day. Yay.
Yay! Adios, mi amigos, mi amigas.
Kagungot.